Chair, through you, Chair, I think we have, as the chairman of ICT committee, we have been doing an inquiry, and now we have gone to, I think, more than 9 counties to do an inquiry to do with the revenue collection. And just as an example of the last 2 counties that have gone, we have seen, of course, improvement in terms of on-source revenue in most of the counties, at least 8 of the counties that you have gone. We have seen improvement. For example, in Machakos, we had the same irregularities of issues to do with on-source revenue. And when we went there, we found out that the governor had fired, I think, a few staff, I think around 30, around 30 staff that were found doctoring the system and trying to the staffs that were stealing, or maybe they were interfering with the system, the on-source revenue system. But still, Chair, any county that creates their own EPR system or their HMS system, like for example Machako, the first time they sourced their system, they were collecting 30 million. So then later they went to 200, and now they're doing 775 million. The same with Kiambu County, they were doing 2.9 million before the EPR system, billion. And as per now, they are collecting 5.4 billion. That shows you that these systems need to bring an improvement in on-source revenue. So basically, with Trans Nzoia acquiring this system, I think it is the prerogative of the governor just to be serious with this, with the staff, or maybe the issues where he thinks there might be a problem, because you can't honestly be telling us that the slaughterhouse only collected 38,000. Because we people of Trans Nzoia, I think, apart from where we come from, we can afford meat at least, I'm sure. So there must be a problem in this system.
Yeah, there's definitely a problem. The governor has owned up. It's just his response that was evasive, because he attributed this to systems. But I'm glad that under oath you have said that systems cannot be the solution. They can be a problem, but they can never be the ultimate solution. So we now need to exit this matter. You will respond to the issues raised, and then we'll give a way forward.
Mr. Chairman, I want to disagree completely with Senator Cherargei when he said that we've done nothing. I think we spent almost an hour talking about what we've been doing just to improve revenue, including even the change of the system. I've talked about the rapid results initiative. I've talked about the removal of volunteers that are inherited, the people who are collecting revenue. We removed all of them. We removed all the cashiers who were involved in revenue collection. We recruited new officers, new revenue officers.
I think, with due respect to Senator Cherargei, whatever you're explaining, is it captured anywhere in your written responses?
Yes, yes.
Where?
It is. When you look at our on page 15.
On page?
Of the executive, of the county executive.
Yeah, because we have not gone there. So Senator Cherargei is right to, so please let it not be just you disagreeing with Senator Cherargei, because he also is entitled to his observation. I think just process your thoughts through the chair.
And Chairman, there is no matter that has exercised my mind as the governor of Trans Nzoia than revenue. That is the matter that gives me sleepless nights, because I need to employ more people. The wage bill is high. To accommodate that, I need more revenue. And my officers know that. We've actually participated in all these things to ensure that we up our revenue. So really, it's not that we have not done anything. On the national government, we've got a lot of property that's owned by the national government, including Kenya Seed, The Agricultural Development Corporation has got over 40,000 acres in Trans Nzoia. We've got Kenya Railways, we've got Kefis, we've got Kaluro, all those. But not all of them are paying land rates as they should. I think the only one which is most cooperative is Kenya Seed. Kenya Seed. Kenya Seed. Railways had huge arrears. It was how much?
20 billion.
About 20 billion that they should have paid us, but they have not paid. You know, so the national government again has contributed to some of these things. When you look at Trans Nzoia as the grain basket of Kenya, the people who produce most of this maize own less than half an acre of land. A majority of them. The large-scale landholders are government institutions and a few individuals. So really, the poverty level in Trans Nzoia is hidden under these stories of being Kenya's breadbasket, you know. So people think that Trans Nzoia is very rich. Trans Nzoia is not a rich county. Even when you just go there and just look at the way the county looks like, you're going to sympathize with the people. Raising this amount of money from the people of Trans Nzoia is very, very difficult. Because now we're looking at maybe raising the rates. Like now, I think slaughtering one cow is 40 shillings. Yeah. So that 8,000 divided by 40, how many animals are those?
As I told you, it's 40.
Yeah. Those are very many animals. Now you become very strict and start slaughtering animals at home with now the attendant, you know, issues that come along with it. Is the kind of reality we're facing on the ground. That's why, Mr. Chairman, personally was shocked if CRA can come up with such an outrageous figure and expect that Trans Nzoia can actually raise 4 or 2 billion shillings in terms of taxes. It's just an impossibility.
Senator
Chair,
Sifuna,
just for the benefit
allow us
of,
to proceed.
for the benefit of the governor, we have similar problems in Nairobi, where the national government institutions, including where we are seated, have refused to pay Nairobi land rates. When the CS for Treasury was here, he confirmed that there are certain conversations that are happening between county governments like Nairobi that are owed money by national government institutions to swap some of those debts and help counties to be able to receive some benefit from those debts. As Trans Nzoia, have you had conversations with the national government or the national treasury on this specific issue of the national government entities that are not paying what is due to the county?
We have been engaging with the respective departments and state organs, parastatals, on case-by-case basis. And as I've said, so far, Kenya Seed has been paying. I think last financial year they gave us about 20 million in terms of rates. Kenya Railways have been paying, but they've not been able to settle the arrears. Yeah, because the Kenya Railways have got almost 50 acres of land right in the middle of Kitale town. We thought we could swap that debt with that land so we can use to develop the town, but they're not reluctant to have that. They're reluctant to have that kind of conversation.
Chair, just to conclude on that matter, Governor, and I know this may be a very tricky issue, the issue of adjusting rates. Oh, but I don't know whether it is just my county or it's other counties as well. 40 bob for a cow, that could be a bit low. Because then that becomes a very, very, very ineffective revenue stream. I remember I slaughtered cows just the other day, Chair, and I paid several thousands in an abattoir in Kitui. I don't know, 40 bob, Chair, Governor. You want to have a conversation with your people. I mean, you need to raise money also to even manage the abattoirs themselves.
So in our
But Chair, is it fair for us to be pursuing these pennies when we know we can get millions from the people who are not paying Trans Nzoia money? I mean, even if you were to raise the price of slaughtering to 400 shillings, Senator Wambua, with the respect, if we were to help these counties, the conversations we are supposed to have are supposed to be grand conversations, so that even if we were to raise by another how many percent to 400 shillings per cow, the revenue resulting from there will not be as significant as if we were to put pressure on Mbadi and railways to pay up. That's where I think we should focus.
Yeah, but I think members had requested that we find a way out because it's one. And by 2:30 we must be in the chamber.
For fairness.
Yeah,
Yes,
please
for
make it
fairness.
very brief.
This issue is not petty at all.
Correct.
It is captured in their own document as a revenue stream.
Yes.
And you know, these small revenue streams add up to more revenue to counties. And pursuing revenue from slaughterhouses and abattoirs is not mutually exclusive to pursuing collection of revenue from the big guys. So let's collect revenue where you can collect revenue. That's why I want to say, Chair.
Chair, just in conclusion, one, I would request your ruling on under collection of 20 million. Number two, Governor, I have not seen, you know, this committee, maybe just the last one, how much is being owed by other institutions outside the county, like Kenya Railways, the national government. And then number three, in your annexures and in your reports, you have not, or I didn't see in your response, management response, attached any evidence to show that you are engaging these stakeholders. Maybe the governor can provide that evidence, Chair. And then are there strategies? Because we have seen counties like Yambu, like Nairobi, sometimes they provide waivers. Sometimes so that they encourage pay up of, and it is provided under the PMF Act. So, Governor, are there any strategies? Apart from negotiating, are there any strategies like waivers of rate so that you can improve on collection? Because this own source revenue is very critical. And that may be the reason why the CRA were picking that indicators. And I want to inform the Governor, Chair, as I exit, that in fact, during our fourth basis of revenue allocation, it is the CRA indicators that guided on how Trans Nzoia got 1 billion plus extra under division of revenue under this financial year.
Yeah, honorable members, I know we have a lot of experience on this matter, so there's a lot we can advise the governor on. But I think we must move on to the other substantive issues. But the facts are as follows: that on-source revenue dropped by 20 million in the financial year under review. The governor has admitted that there could be data integrity and quality issues. The variations across streams do not make sense, do not add up. So it throws into doubt even the accuracy and integrity of the numbers that have been presented before the Senate. It is also a fact that Trans Nzoia is collecting much less than the defunct local authorities did 15 years ago, and that should be a matter of serious concern. Even if the CRA figures were disputed and 800 million was still the OSR target, the county is only achieving just about 1/4 or perhaps 30% of that target, and that is unacceptable. We therefore would want to recommend as follows. Of course, we will see the positive action taken in subsequent years. The audit is going on. But this 20 million, we must confirm whether it was collected and pocketed, or rather collected and stolen, using the words that you used. EACC, please, you must cause an investigation into the financial affairs and management of the receiver of revenue and collectors of revenue to assure us that every single cent that was collected from the people of Trans Nzoia was reported. And in the event we find that money was collected and not deposited in CRF, please recommend prosecution. Number two, we've got the systems vendor. We will take the written responses, and I think, Clerk, we must write to the systems vendor so that they show cause why we should not recommend a debarment as per the Public Audit Act. Because it is wrong for a system vendor to misbehave in Trans Nzoia and then go to West Pokot and continue doing the same things. So we must also take decisive action. So with respect to the systems vendor, we shall be making recommendations for debarment. Of course, they will have an opportunity to come and explain themselves if they disagree with us. Number three, Governor, we expect you to take administrative action on your officers, even if it means redesignating a receiver of revenue. because you cannot come to Nairobi and then you say that looks like there's a problem with the data. It might appear as if some money was stolen. Those are issues that your ROR, I mean, that's the only job of a receiver of revenue, from morning to evening. If you cannot take administrative action on the entire complement involved in the revenue, then we might conclude that you are also an accomplice.